So this lesson deals with slope. You guys have seen slope before, yes? Remember, when you have a line, the slope is the change in y, meaning how much it goes up or down, divided by the change in x, meaning how many it goes left or right. In this case, it went up 3 over 2. Right? So, we're going to find the slope of each of these lines. Let's look at example 1. All this crunching in the background of my video. Okay, so we're going to find the slope of each of these lines. Shh. So we're going to find the leftmost point here at 0, 0, right? And find the change in y, means we're going to go up or down. Which way are we going? Up. How many do we go up?
4.
4. So the top number's 4, and then we go left or right?
Right.
How many?
3.
So my slope is 4 over 3. Any questions?
Can I drink some water?
Wash your hands too.
Do you have to write the whole chart?
Nope. Just write the answer. Okay, so for B, start at the leftmost point. You see it right there. So I'm going to go up or down first.
Up.
Up how many?
4. 4.
Check it again.
2.
1, 2, 3. See? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, okay.
So I went up 3.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
And then I go to the right, how many?
6.
3 over 6. Can I reduce 3 over 6? Which would be what?
Number 2.
1 over 2. So the slope of B is 1/2. Any questions? All right, grab your piece of paper. Let's do a couple of these. All right, on your number 1, starting at the leftmost point, I'm going up or down?
Up.
How many?
2.
And then I go left or right?
Left. Right.
How many?
6. 5.
5. Can I reduce 2/5?
No.
No, so I'm done. All right, again, the leftmost point. So right here, what do you notice about this point?
It's between.
It's at the halfway mark. You see that? But you notice the lines are going up by what? 2s. So that's halfway between 2 and 4, which is 3, right?
Yes.
Okay. So when I count, you got to include the halfway. So I'm going, there's 1, 2, 3. So I went up how many?
3.
Okay, and then I went over. Now is the over going by 2s? No, it's going over by 1, so it's 3 over what?
1.
What's 3 over 1? Just 3. Okay, so you do need to pay attention to the labeling of the graphs. Sometimes they go up by 2s, and you do have to count it as such. All right, let's look at example 2. All right, the table shows your earnings for babysitting. The first thing it asks you to do is to graph the data. So you're going to grab a graph. Go ahead and grab a graph. You're going to put this in your journals. So get a graph. You're going to have to cut it out. There's glue if you need it. Okay, you'll notice the x's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So we can go by ones on the x line. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. But you notice, what are the y's in? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, right? So you're going to have to do these in by tens. This is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, so whenever you change the measurements, you need to make sure you mark it on the graph. If it's not naturally ones, you need to change the number, you have to mark it. All right, so let's put some points in here. What is our first point? 0, 0, right? If I didn't work, I made no money. Shocker. Next one, if I worked 2 hours, how much money did I make?
2.
2 hours makes how much money? $10. So I go over 2, up 10. Okay, what about for 4? If I work 4 hours, I made how much?
30.
20. If I work 6 hours, I made how much?
30.
30. 8 hours?
40.
And 10 hours?
50.
50. So now I have my graph. All right, so that was for A. We had to graph it. So there's A done. B says to find the slope and just find the slope and interpret it. So how would I find the slope of this? Rise over run, right? So just pick any 2 points and go up and over. So if I start at 0, 0, which would be the easiest, right? So I went up how many?
2.
Up. From 0 to what?
Oh, 15. So
No, what is this?
20. 10.
It's a 10. So I went up 10, and then went over how many?
2. 3.
No, 2. Okay, can I reduce 10 over 2?
Yeah.
It is 5. So this is how much I make per hour. So when it says interpret the slope, I would say I make $5 per hour. Because we made $10 for 2 hours. So if I divided it, then I get $5 per hour. So that's the answer for B.
You can write the other stuff on.
I'll give you a minute. All right, here. So we use 0 and 2, 10. What's 2 other points we could use?
2, 10.
Yeah, we used that point. So let's use another one. You want to use 4 and 20, and then what?
30 and 6, I think.
Okay, so we're going to use those 2 points.
Example 2?
We're using example 2 to answer number 3 on your own. So write this on your paper. So I go up how many? I went from 20 to 30, right? So how many is that up?
10.
How many?
2.
Would be over 4. No, it's 2. On your number 3, put this on your papers. Oh, in example 2 that we just did, use 2 other points to find the slope. So I'm going to go back. Okay, so we chose, we used 420, right? And then 630. Those are the 2 points we picked. Okay, so we're going to find the slope again. So if I graph this, I'm just going to go back. I want to draw it all over again. So I went up 10, and then I went up 1, 2. It goes by ones. So again, 10 over 2, which is also 5. So it asks us, does the slope change? No. Which it shouldn't change because you see it's a straight line. So as long as it's a straight line on the graph, the slope's not going to change. So that was number 3. Number 4, put this in on your papers. The graph, I'll take a picture of it. So the graph shows the earnings of you and your friend for babysitting. Okay, this is a 2-part question. For A, it asks us, compare the steepness of the lines. What does this mean in the context of the problem? So let's look on the left-hand side here. Guys, what is the left-hand side? What's the Y line talking about?
Dollars.
It's talking about how much you make. What's the horizontal, the X line, talking about?
How many hours you work?
So the steepness of the line is really telling you how much you made per hour, right? So if, let's see, you are green and blue is your friend. So whose line is steeper?
Friend.
So you would say the friend's line, where friend line is steeper. Write this down. It's a funky S. Friend's line is steeper, so what does that mean when it talks about dollars per hour?
Dollars per hour?
Because remember the Y line is dollars, where the X line is hours. So if he has a steeper line compared to mine, what does that mean with his paycheck?
He gets more money.
He's getting more money per hour, right? Gets more money per hour. Okay, and then for B, find and interpret the slope of the blue line. So let's pick 2 points on the blue line here.
Let's go 428.
428 and then 856. So how many are we going up?
1.
3, 30, 40, 50, 60. How many did that go up?
20.
10, 20, 30?
30.
Yeah. You started at 30 and you went up 30. So this is each one's worth 30. Each one's worth 10. So 10, 20, 30.
And then you go to this side.
And I go to the right. Oh, but it doesn't quite hit 30. Does it? Maybe we should pick 2 other points because it's not a perfect. See how this point isn't perfect on the intersection?
Oh, yeah.
Let's pick 2 other points because that's yucky. How about we use 0 because that one's perfect, and then again 428 doesn't hit perfectly either. Is there anywhere it crosses perfect? Well, we could do it this way. I went up 28, right? 28, and then I go over how many from there? 4. That'll work. Can you divide 28 by 4? What do you get?
7.
7. So then how much is my friend making per hour? $7 per hour. Just out of curiosity, can you guys tell me how much I'm making per hour? Look at the green line.
420.
So I went up 20 over 4, $5 per hour. So he's getting $2 an hour more than I am. Unfair wage.
So Miss Nevis is making more than you.
No, I make more than Snevis.
So Miss Meadows makes $2.50 per hour.
Probably. Okay. You need to, so you've done, this is lesson 3.2. You've done OYO numbers 1 through 4. You need to do exercises 4 through 11. Now 4 through 14. And then number 17. And that's it.